Let me fix my stuff here. It's pretty bright outside. I think it's gonna be warm today. I think today is gonna be at least in, I want to say hundreds, 90. I think 90 degrees today. So it's gonna be pretty warm today. Like, I was watching some YouTube today, so kind of like catching up on everyone's videos and stuff like that. So it's kind of cool to see everyone out there being productive and going to HHN, and that's what we're going to talk about. Since we're doing some coffee, kind of wide awake, I want to talk about this because I've been reading and doing a lot of research online over the weekend about HHN and what it's teaching us. Even though the one in Florida was open longer, what over there is teaching us and what's over here is teaching us. What's Mr. Chris? What's cracking, yo? So there's a lot of complaints and discussion with the whole HHN that's going on right now. This morning I was reading that people are asking for refunds because of the Five Nights at Freddy's maze in here in Hollywood isn't the same in the one in Florida. So people are asking for refunds because they were promised that it's an identical maze. And John Murray is having a field day on X. He shouldn't be saying anything. I think the PR people should be saying stuff, but he's over there opening his mouth talking about how it wasn't his fault, budget cuts, yada yada, more expensive in West Coast and as the East Coast. I think he should have just stood quiet and let the PR people deal with it. But people are having a field day with all of that that's going on right now. And people are asking for refunds because they were promised more characters on stage and more things on Five Nights at Freddy, which is it's kind of a ridiculous thing to complain about, but you can't say in your promo it's identical to the one in Florida, and then when you come to Hollywood, it's a whole different one. I don't know. People are just being too picky. That's what I think. Right? I think people are just being picky, but you can't say it's identical and then they come out differently. Now, people are complaining about Terrifier. You don't get as wet as people said you do as well. So the whole promise of you getting Jurassic Park soak wet, that isn't happening either. And all these content creators who are saying that this is how I am before and I am afterwards, they're all full of shit. Everyone's starting to mock that discussion as well. So people are complaining about that, about their promise about being wet. They don't get wet. Some people do get wet. Some people don't get wet. And then people are complaining about the whole Five Nights at Freddy, and people are complaining about they believe that Universal Studios may have oversold express lane tickets because people are waiting longer than normal. And some of these waits are ridiculous. Santa Art, yeah, we're not getting that either. But I mean, he's there. There are some Art the Clown characters there, which we'll talk about in a second as well, because I kind of see what they're doing with a lot of the characters. It's kind of strange and weird what's happening with the characters here in Hollywood. Now, it is opening weekend, so I do recommend early access. I do recommend Fast Pass. I mean, because it's just, it's not, the lines are extreme. First weekend, everybody goes anyways. Everybody always wants to go and check out the whole place. Everyone's excited. I mean, Universal Studios was pumped up, hyped up, like really hyped up. And so I got everybody excited for a new HHN and all the characters and mazes, and you're guaranteed to get wet. I mean, we have 5 nights. I mean, come on, everybody's been waiting for 5 nights for a very long time. And I need Express. That is true. And I think Universal might be pumping up the numbers, saying that it's a 2-hour wait, but actually it's not. It's probably like maybe a 30-minute wait. So the Universal is doing what Disney does. Disney will say Rise of Resistance is 180 minutes, but technically it's only 30 minutes. So they're trying to get people to buy that fast lane, not express lane. They see the sign, oh my God, 180 minutes. I don't want to wait for that. Let's go spend $400 on Fast Pass, and we get in faster. And in reality, if you stand in line, it's only a 30-minute wait. So I think Universal is doing what Disney is doing, or Disney has been doing for a very long time, to get people to buy that fast lane, when actually the ride isn't as long as people think it is. So I think that's like one of the issues that people are having, the lines. And there's like tons and tons and tons. Now, maybe it's clickbait videos, maybe it's rage bait videos, but there are tons and tons of videos. Everyone's showing off the lines. Everyone's showing how long the lines are, but they're not being accurate. They're not showing the express lines. They're showing like the actual lines, and they're telling everybody, "Oh, this is what express is. This is what's happening at the park. That Universal is overselling tickets." So a lot of it's rage baiting. So there's a lot of rage bait videos out there. So you gotta be careful of what you're watching, who you're paying attention to, because there's a ton. Like I said, there's tons of videos of people showing off lines, but they're not showing them accurately. They're showing lines from people who don't have fast pass, and they're calling it fast pass lane or express pass, whatever they call it over there. So you got to be careful and not be over like, oh my gosh, it's so crazy, I don't want to go. But it's not really. It's like people are pushing the line and they're not making it accurate to what the real wait times are. So it also brings to the whole factor of scare actors. People are now. I've been saying, like I said, I've been doing a lot of research because this is the kickoff of the Halloween hunt. So this is gonna like set the boundaries for every Halloween hunt after last weekend or this past weekend, because people are gonna see that and you're gonna have all kinds of different issues and problems and technicalities and so forth, and people already see the over abuse of streamers, lights on in mazes, cameras, people talking in mazes, streamers and content creators getting in characters' faces with the lights on, talking to them, trying to get a reaction. And that's like a really big issue right now because it makes every content creator look really bad, even though they don't do that stuff, but it makes everybody look bad, everybody out there. For one example, there's this one fucking moron out there who's doing rage bait videos with her Nobu necklace at Universal Studios. Yeah, people out there want that 15 minute of fame and viral videos. So she's going out there and taunting characters and taunting everybody, saying they can't scare her because she has a Nobu necklaces. It's like shit like that is what fucks up everything for everybody else. This is why we can't have nice things. This is why we can't have fun things, because you have idiots and morons like that who go out there and record and get reactions, and that's what fucks up the whole system for everybody else. And it's kind of messed up because like, why would you go do that? Why? And people are gonna make that video, and because of her making that video, you're gonna have copycats. You're gonna have other people out there trying to repeat the process because they're like, oh my god, look how many views she got in her video, so I'm gonna do the same thing that she did. And so everybody starts copying that rhythm and that thing, and before you know, you have more idiots out there with cameras trying to get reactions. I mean, as it is, you already have idiots out there trying to get reaction. People touching characters. When you go to Halloween maze, never touch the characters. Never, ever, ever touch the characters. If you're going to interact with them, interact with them. But people also have to remember that Universal, you don't really have too many interactions with the scare actors. They're not like Fright Fest. They're not like Scary Farm. Fright Fest and Scary Farm, the interaction there is totally different. Like way, way totally different. You have more of interaction. You have more of one-on-one. It's weird. It's a different vibe with the scare actors. And at HHN, you have a few seconds, and a lot of times you don't get that what do I want to say, interaction as you would at a different theme park. HHN characters, they give that little reaction, and that's it. They move on. They move on to the next person. They keep moving. They don't stay. They don't stop. They don't talk to you. They don't have a whole story with you. No, they see you, they do their thing, and they move on. And so I think Fright Fest and Scary Farm are probably the only two places I've seen where you can have an interaction with the character for a very minute time. But also, it kind of annoys other people because there are complaints that I've been seeing as well. Like I said, I've been searching on Reddit and X and everywhere else on all these complaints and reading people's comments. The fact that people are getting mad that scare actors are giving people with cameras more attention than people who don't have cameras. Like they know the camera's on them, so that they give their performance and they do what they want to do because they know they're going to be filmed. And then when they come to a person who doesn't have a camera, they don't give them that same interaction. So I don't know. You guys let me know what your thoughts on that one is. Do you guys feel the same? You don't feel the same? But I've been reading a lot. People are complaining about the fact that the interaction is totally different as opposed to with the camera and not a camera. And then you have like these other content creators out there who think they're above, and so they want first priority on a lot of stuff, and so they try to capture footage and not announce it for anyone else, and so they push their way in to get that shot, and that's been happening a lot too. A lot of people are complaining that cameras galore, cameras in mazes. No, I thought Universal Studios Hollywood would have followed the same rule as Florida and Universal Studios over in Vegas, and not have any cameras at all in the mazes. I thought they would have did that. That would have been a smart move. I thought for sure they would have said, okay, first day, media night, okay, you can film in the mazes. After that, no more filming. And I thought they would have stuck with that rule. It's in the bylines. If you go in the guidelines and it shows no filming whatsoever in the mazes, and I thought Universal Studios would have followed the same rules they do in Florida and in Vegas, and done no filming. People can film in Vegas. Oh, really? People can film in Vegas now? They can actually bring their cameras? Well, in Vegas you can film, but you weren't allowed to film in the mazes. So I don't know if people are allowed to film in Vegas in the mazes yet. But I know that the whole area, you can film in there. And there's no cameras allowed. Like, you can't bring a camera. You can only have your cell phone with you. So filming is allowed in the pre-show for Vegas, but I didn't know in the actual mazes. Cause I've been watching a lot of videos, people talking about they canceled the trips, they got refunds because they were told false promises. The website never said anything about not filming, but when you get there on the location, there's a sign that says no filming. So I didn't know that. I have to like look that up to see if people are allowed to film in the mazes. Because I know the mazes you weren't allowed to film in, and people are really upset about that. People who traveled from like out of state and they save their money to go, and then when they get there, there's no cameras allowed inside the building. And you're allowed to film everywhere but inside the mazes. So I didn't know they changed the rules. I haven't seen no one talk about it, so that's why I didn't know. I've been looking up. Oh, they can now? Okay, so I have to like find that out. I look at some videos because I haven't seen anything. But it's good. I mean, people pay a lot of money and travel to Vegas just to go and experience these mazes, and you can't film in there. That's kind of messed up. At least like say in the website, no filming. Maybe they saw their numbers go down. A day after opening, my friends were allowed to film in the mazes. Really? Okay, so I didn't know. See, last week they weren't allowed to film. I saw another streamer who went in and they made him take his camera back to his car. So he wasn't allowed to bring his camera in. So this was last week. This is before, this is the 3rd, September 3rd. So he wasn't allowed to bring his camera inside. So that's kind of interesting. I was watching this video, and because he was going to HHN Hollywood the next day, the 4th. So that's why I didn't know they changed it over the weekend. But it's good. It's good they did that because, like I said, people are traveling far away to come to a spot and you can't film inside. So that's kind of messed up. So I wonder if they just changed it or if it's on the website or if it's like maybe it's different for each process. Maybe on the weekends when it's more crowded, you can't. On the weekdays when it's not crowded, you can. I don't know what the process is, but I know everything else was a go to film in. It's just the mazes. And like I said, this guy went on the 3rd because the next day he posted a video, him at HHN in Hollywood, and he was able to. He talked about it as well that over in Vegas, they made him put his camera away and wasn't able to film. But here in HHN, he was wondering if the same thing was going to happen, but it didn't because everybody in the motherfucker was filming. Everybody was posting videos of the mazes and everything else, and it's pretty interesting. People weren't happy. People were happy. So I kind of see why people are not happy because some people can be annoying. Some people have the lights on. But I see it where it's helpful for a lot of people who can't even go. Like if somebody who lives in a different state, different country, and they don't have the funds or money to go and see, to come visit these places, then I kind of get why, you want a platform where you can actually see someone do a walkthrough of the maze and see certain things that you're never going to be able to experience. So I get that. That's totally understandable. That's like, I see that part as well, the argument. But there's people out there who are overdoing it. People who are doing, trying to get reaction. I saw someone's video where they're trying to steal props from inside the maze. It's like when you go to these things, why? What's the point of going to these Hollywood hunts and you're trying to steal shit? That makes no sense. Like literally makes no sense. I don't get why people are out there trying to vandalize and push the limits to what they can do while they're with the camera or filming and doing whatever else. because shit like that only makes things get worse, and people can't do things, and people can't expand, and excuse me, that's when they start getting that whole like, okay, they start limiting everything, and you can't do things, and you can't do this, and you can't do that. So I think this weekend it's kind of like a an eye opener for a lot of stuff, and I think a lot of companies and places, theme parks, are going to be looking at that and seeing the reactions with people with their cameras and what to look for and what not to look for. And Art the Clown right now, like I said, he's out there, but he's surrounded by a crowd. There's some points where he's not even able to walk. So you have like a character who's trying to dodge and weave, and people are getting mad. They're like, "Oh, he touched me! You can't touch me!" It's like, you're in the way. Like, move the fuck out of the way. Let the character do his thing. Let him walk back and forth and do whatever. But no, you have idiots out there who are blocking the view. People just following, chasing. People out there are trying to like get selfies and stopping them, and it's just like I said, HHN's like it's a whole different thing where you can't really get that full interaction as you would at a different theme park. I think Castle Dark, I think the characters over there, they also interact with you a lot more. I think HHN is like one of the ones where they don't interact with you as much. They do, but not as that interaction. If you know what I'm talking about, then you know, because there's a lot of places out there where you get that interaction. You can stay there and talk to them, and they're interacting for a while. And sometimes you feel bad. You're like, oh shit, this is like a long conversation that's going on, and other people are standing around trying to get a selfie, trying to get the time in. I mean, it's only a limited time event, so it's only like a 6-hour event, something like that. So you don't want to take up too much time of other people out there. Like I try not to. If I interact with somebody, I'll go and I'll do my thing, but I'll move on. Like if I see it keep going, I'll kind of cut it off and I'll just move on from that and let other people enjoy the whole thing experience as well. Because they can get messed up. And I've seen people out there who just follow and just stay there. And then they don't give other people out there an opportunity or a chance to have their interaction with certain characters. Because they get some favorites, and people start going more and more. People get their favorites of certain characters, and they want more interaction. And they go to the events just for that one character. I've seen it. I've seen it done tons of times. And so people like, then when they go, like HHN's it's on its first week. As the week progresses, people are going to be going back. People, the usuals, I call them the usuals. Those are the ones that you see at theme parks. People who are there every single day, every single week, and they go to the event all the time. They know the characters and life. They know the people who are playing the actors. And so they go and they follow these people. Whatever maze it is, whatever scare zone it is, they will be there. So it's just kind of like you have the usuals out there who are there all the time. And I kind of like people out there, it just kind of kills it for a lot of people who don't get the opportunity to be there all the time. So the interaction, I try to keep short and fast a lot of times. But people out there are trying to push the buttons and be extreme. Like I said, there's tons of videos. I haven't seen any fight videos yet. I'm pretty sure the fight videos will probably be opening up, popping up soon. I've been seeing a lot of Disney fights. If anything, there's been tons and tons of Disney fights that's been popping up in my feed. I don't know what's in the water at Disney, but there are tons of fights at Disney. And I'm not sure why that is or what's going on, but there's lots of fights. But with HHN, like I said, it's the first weekend. Everyone's got to be patient. Everyone's got to chill the fuck out. Everyone's just got to let it play out. Let the whole the first weekend they get their stuff going. Excuse me. I don't know what the hell I'm like. I was like phlegmed up all of a sudden. It's the first weekend. They're working out the bugs, working out little kinks here and there. It's a very hype festival. I know people are complaining. They want refunds because they were promised false things. A lot of things aren't there as they were promised, from wait times to certain mazes, certain stuff. The food isn't good. The food is overpriced. I mean, you can have that complaint with anywhere you go. I'm pretty sure when Scare Farm is up, there's going to be tons of complaints. People are not happy about this, not happy about that. The same with Fright Fest, Long Beach, San Diego. I think every event's going to have that one person out there who's going to complain about something. When Florida opened up, there's tons and tons of complaints of people out there complaining about wait times, characters, interaction. It's just so weird. Felipe, what's cracking, yo? How you doing today, Felipe? Thank you for a like. Appreciate it. Excuse me. I don't know why I'm like phlegmed up. I don't know if it's because I'm talking too much or what. But I thought I'd come on here and just talk and chat and just kind of rant about this whole first weekend of HHN here in Universal Studios, Hollywood. So I think if I go, it'd probably be when it gets cooler because it's too hot. I've seen the lines, I've seen the crowds. It's been sold out all weekend long. Even yesterday on a Sunday, it was sold out. So if you're sold out on a Sunday, I don't know how fun the experience is gonna be. I mean, it just seems too busy for me. Like I like crowds, but I don't like a lot of crowds. And it's when it's really hot. I can't. It just doesn't work for me. Nikki, what's cracking, yo? Quit lying. Stop. I'm not lying. You know it's true. I'm good. Too many people went to go so hard to keep it short line. Yeah, it was sold out this whole weekend. So it was sold out yesterday, Saturday, and Friday, and it's been pretty. And then on Thursday, the first day, every day has been sold out. It's been crazy, yo, from what I'm told. But the best ways of doing it is just by doing the whole early access, and then also express lane. I think that's the best way to do it. That's the way, because the mazes that get busy the most are Jason, FNAF, and Starfire. And I said people right now are asking for refunds and getting refunds from Universal Studios because of the whole FNAF that they were promised a certain type of maze like Florida, and they didn't get it because of budget cuts. I have seen videos that look very packed. It has, but that's another thing too. Like this whole weekend, everyone's filming the lines, so you gotta like question: are these lines legit or are they fake? Because everybody is filming. I froze up there for a second. Somebody tried calling. Sorry about that. So, like I said, there's been like tons of videos right now online surfacing with lines. Everyone's trying to show the longest line and how you need express lane and how you need to get early access. But this whole weekend was sold out. See, early access was sold out this whole weekend. So was express lane. So that's why when I saw that early access was sold out, I didn't want to go. I was like, no, I'm not even gonna touch that because this is like, I'll wait. I'll definitely wait because, especially right now, it's hot and those crowds. That's just way too hot. I can no. I'll pass on that. I'll wait until the crowds. The crowds are not gonna die down, but you have like a lot of mazes starting, or a lot of places opening this weekend, a lot of places opening next weekend. So hopefully it does like alleviate some of that crowd over at Universal to get, and everybody starts going to different places. So Universal isn't as crowded and insane as like it has been. But it's the only maze out there right now. So that's why I can see why everybody's going, because it's like there's nothing else out. But once everything starts popping and opening up, I think the crowds might go down HHN. I mean, that's just me. I'm guessing. I can be totally wrong. They might not go down at all. Universal is most popular. It is. And it's not. I mean, it's popular, but not like popular. Like other mazes, like Scary Farm was the first Halloween maze that was out there. Thank you for likes. I appreciate it. Um, out of all the Halloween hunts, Scary Farm was the first one to do it. So, depending on how good Scary Farm does their stuff, they should get pretty busy as well. Hopefully, it does get busy. Fright Fest, same thing. Fright Fest last year was a bust. They need this year to be a hit. I mean, you have Castle Dark. You got the Long Beach. You got Haunted Hayride, Haunted Car Wash. You have the one in Pomona, Lights Out. You have Harvest and Chino, and there's a couple others I can't remember that are out there. You have one in Victorville that's going on as well. HHN is right now. It is because there's nothing out. Like no Halloween mazes has opened up yet. Wait until next weekend when everything opens up. Like I think you have Long Beach this weekend. So Long Beach opens up. I think Hayride opens up this weekend. So a lot more places will open up. So it'll probably alleviate. Like I said, next week you have two big places. You have Fright Fest and you have Scary Farm that open up next weekend. So HHN won't be as crowded. But the prices too for HHN are more expensive. Parking's expensive. But it's gonna be interesting. You need front of the line pass, or you end up doing. You do, yeah. For HHN, that's what I'm saying. The people, um, you have to buy early access. You have to buy express. But people are saying the Universal is overselling on express passes, so that's why it's so packed. Because last year it wasn't like this. Like the crowds for express weren't like 45-minute, 50-minute waits. It was like 15-minute waits. So they think that they're overselling these tickets because those sold out all weekend long. Will there be any Six Flags mazes at Knott's from Six Flags? No, no. It'll be crazy. Yeah, it'll still be crazy. HHN is gonna be crazy no matter what. But it's like overhyped crazy because the food isn't good a lot of times. You're dealing with crowds and it's too hot. Universal isn't that big. Knott's Berry Farm is bigger than Universal Studios. So you can imagine the crowds at HHN and a smaller park than Knott's. It's crazy because it's a very small, condensed space, and it's hot. Like right now, like usually Halloween doesn't start until October, so I don't know why everything's opening up early because we got stuff hit up. I mean, we're barely in the beginning of September, and the heat wave is still here. So that's like literally too hot to be waiting in line like that over at HHN. That's like way too hot. I don't know how people are doing it. Like I said, people are getting refunds because a lot of stuff what they were promised they're not getting. It's then HHN is also more expensive. So out of all the places, HHN is the most expensive park than all these other places out there that are open because they offer a lot, but you're paying $200, $300 if you do their RIP tour, which is probably the best one to get because you wait no lines at all. Like you literally have no wait times. You walk in, you get front of the line, and that's like $400 per person. If I had the money, I would so do that RIP maze because no wait times. You walk in, and then when you're done with the tour, you get to go back as many times as you want in front of the line to a lot of these mazes. So that right there is pretty. That's a very valuable perk right there. So that right there definitely offers value. That right there is probably like one of the best things that HHN has. Now, which I don't understand because Disney they have a VIP tour as well. You pay like $5,000 for the VIP tour at Disney. You don't get front of the line passes. You get what they have, the Lightning Lane pass. So what they do is they take you to the Lightning Lane and you stand in line with everybody else. And a lot of times that Lightning Lane takes about 30 minutes. So you paid $5,000 to wait 30 minutes to get on rides. At Universal Studios, you pay $400 for the RIP tour, and you walk right in for the line. VIP is expensive. It is. But RIP at HHN is only $400, and you get front of line passes, which I don't understand that concept. Why do you get better value at Universal at a cheaper price than you do at Disney for $5,000? That makes no sense. I never understood why they did that. That right there literally made no sense. Why you get more and then Disney you don't. You have to wait in line with everybody else, which is messed up. If you're paying $5,000, you should have front of the line passes, not wait in Lightning Lane pass. That's just like, that's horrible. That's like one of the horrible things that they have at Disney. And I don't know why no one complains about that. People just take it in. They're like, okay, well, we'll just wait in line in Lightning Lane. That makes no sense. Like, literally, you should have front on the line access and pass like that. Because it doesn't really, there's no value for that price. I mean, yeah, you get to have like different experiences. You get to eat in certain places, but you're paying for food. And the food there you get is it's not really, I'd rather have Hungry Bear. Hungry Bear at Disneyland, the food, you get more for your value and it tastes better. What was your favorite maze? I haven't gone yet. I just been doing a lot of research. I was gonna go, but it was just too packed. Early access was sold out, and Express Day was sold out. So I decided not to go because I am not waiting in those huge lines. And the event actually sold out. So I am so not paying for HHN with no early access and no Express. There's no point. Like you need one of the two to go do HHN, or you're only gonna do like 2 or 3 mazes. That's it. So I'm talking about everybody else's videos. There's a lot of videos out there. People complaining people who do like it. But a lot of content creators out there are saying they love it because they get invited for free. Of course you're gonna love it. If I was getting invited for free for a lot of places, I'd be saying, "Fuck yeah, Dodgers are the best team ever." I got VIP tickets, even though they're shit, but I'm getting free stuff. So people are gonna say everything's the great thing ever. Oh, it's definitely gonna sell that many nights. Yeah, it is. That's what I'm saying. I can wait. I can wait for HHN. Um, I went last year. I didn't film because it was way super crowded. But if I go again this year, I'll probably do the same thing. But last year too, it was sold out. And if you don't like Express Lane and early access sold out for a whole month, so it kind of kills it because you have to have front line or you're fucked because you're not going to enjoy and experience a lot of stuff. And if you want to wait in line for the foods, the food lines are just as long. So that's just too insane. But it's too hot right now. Like right now, it's like really, really hot. There's no point of going to a Halloween event when it's too hot. Right? I've seen so many videos too. I've seen so many mazes. From what I've seen on video, some of the mazes look cool. But people are, like I said, there's too many complaints. I've been seeing more negativity than I've been seeing more positivity. So maybe this weekend they switch things up because they're getting the feedback from the fans. And so they're starting to look and say, okay, this is what's going to happen. This is what we're going to change. Hopefully they bring back the water for Terrifier because everyone's complaining the water isn't there. Now, I think the water would have been there, but that one girl in Florida broke her toe, and now she's suing them. So after that, they cut down the water. Which one do you like better, HHN or not Scary Farm? For value, Scary Farm. Definitely Scary Farm. Less crowds. You have more interactions with the actors. And it's much more, the price is cheaper. So it's way better. I'm not waiting in line for 3 hours for a fucking maze. And I'm not sweating my ass off. And then you actually have interactions with a lot of the characters at Scary Farm. And I'll take hanging over that Waterworld show any day. Jurassic World. The hat? Yeah, it's a pretty cool hat. Someone gave me this like 3-4 years ago. How do you feel Hollywood only has Freddy Fazbear? See, people are getting refunds because of that. There's an article this morning that they're talking about it, and John Murdy is going crazy on X right now, and he shouldn't even be responding to anybody. He should just keep his mouth shut and let the PR take care of it. But he's responding to all the haters, and that's making him look bad. He's blaming it on there's no budget, no funds. So people were promised that in Florida, all the characters are there. It's identical maze. But when you come to Hollywood, it's not. It's a totally maze. It's not the same as the one in Florida. Same with Terrifier. In Florida, you supposedly get more wet, but here in California, you don't get wet. He'll be doing Comic-Con. Interesting. But there's a lot of people out there right now who are literally... It's weird. That's why I came on and made this live stream, because people are talking about getting refunds. Like, a lot of people got refunds, and because they were promised certain things for HHN, and it's not there. It's in Florida, but it's not here in Hollywood. And so people were misled on, because they can't make it to Florida, so they wanted that same experience. And then when they come here, they promised what they had there was over here, and it's not here. It's totally different. So people were upset about that. And people were upset about the lines. Someone waited 3 hours for Terrifier. Like, get the fuck out of here. 3 hours? The event's only 6 hours long. So you waited 3 hours? So you waited half your time at the event for one maze. That's insane. You think Bonnie and Chica will come later? If the complaints still keep coming, I think so. I think it'll come in October. If people still complain. Not just posted a video about the Nobu necklace. See, and that's another thing too. Universal has a Nobu necklace, and people are abusing that. That one, I guess I talked about earlier, that one chick, that one fucking moron, who went viral making videos taunting all the characters out there with her Nobu necklace at Universal Studios, just to get views, just to get reactions, no other reason. See, shit like that is what fucks up everything for everybody else. Because everybody out there thinks, oh, another content creator and he's doing something stupid. So, and then everybody wants to copy what she's doing. And they're like, oh my gosh, she got like 1 million views on her video. So I'm going to go do the same thing that she did. So let's go. And so everybody starts copycatting the same process. And it looks like shit. If it's at Florida, it should be same in Hollywood. It should. And that's why people are getting refunds. Because people were promised. And see, John Murdy said is that it's identical to Florida. Now, if they didn't say that, then they can't, people can't get refunds. I get it. It's like that whole incident with Red Bull. Do you guys remember when Red Bull got sued for $1 million? Or I forgot how much it was. It was a lot of money. Because their thing on Red Bull was Red Bull gives you wings. So that was their whole pitch. When Red Bull first came out, commercials, Red Bull gives you wings. So somebody tested that theory, jumped off the roof, and then broke his leg and sued Red Bull because it didn't give him wings. And so that's why you watch commercials nowadays, it says in the bottom, does not actually give you wings. So it's kind of funny. I can maybe get refunds if the event states no refunds. I don't know. It was an article this morning. It was on all over Twitter, and then it's all over Reddit. But there's like a number you can call for refunds, and people are complaining about what happened. People are, I guess that they left the event early because they waited like 3 hours for FNAF, and then when they finally got in it, it wasn't the same as they were promised, and so they left the event early. So they didn't stay the whole event. So I guess it is false advertisement. So they can use false advertisement as for a refund. What is the universe going to say? Well, we didn't say that, when actually they did say that. They did say that it's the same as Florida. And they did promise, if you watch Midsummer Screams, the whole like live stream that they did with John Murdy, they promised Terrifier was supposed to get you wet as you're sitting in the front row at Jurassic Park ride. And it's not. And people are complaining about that as well. I remember that Accelerator may be possibly going away. It's true. I believe it's true. Now, I'll get to that in a second. Lucky I have Express Pass, but even that is long. It is. You need early access. You have to have early access. Make sure you tell your mom to get early access for Universal Studios, because if you get early access, you knock off all your mazes. Because the express lane, you're still gonna wait almost an hour. I think Tall Guy said he waited an hour for Jason with Express Pass. He had Express Pass, and he still waited like 55 minutes. So if you watch his vlog, is he posting his vlog? Maybe in the chat group I'm in. But he talked about it. He waited 55 minutes for Jason with Express Pass. And he was like testing the line, see how long they're going to be. Like the time said like 140 minutes, but he actually waited like 55 minutes. So it's just kind of like you still wait a long time for a maze that with Express Pass. But if you have early entry, I have a lot of friends who did early entry over the weekend, and they did everything as they on the mazes. But some mazes they did wait like 45 minutes for. Like towards the end of the night, some mazes were getting longer, like Terrifier and FNAF. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Express is sold out. See, that's why I'm not going until that opens up. Until either Express opens up or until early opening opens up. Or if I have the money to go get RIP. Because I ain't touching HHN until that opens up. Because there's no point. If you're going to go, you're going to be waiting for a long time. And I've seen the lines for the mazes. And it's like, no thank you. I pass. I'd rather hang out at Scary Farm, Fright Fest. All these other mazes are happening. You have, like I said, the golf place. I always forget the name of it. The one in Riverside. You have their place. You have Long Beach. You have Pomona Lights Out, Hayride. I want to do Car Wash. I did Car Wash 1 year. That's it. I don't need to go back there again. There's a lot more other events going on other than HHN. HHN might be cool with the cool mazes, but there's a price. You want to wait in line in the heat, or you want to go have fun. So I'd rather have a mediocre, not crowded event at Scary Farm and interact with all the characters than stand in line in the fucking heat for 2 hours for one maze. No, thank you. Gonna live stream your phone. Gonna die and wait through Express. Maybe. Just be careful because people are upset of other people out there who are live streaming at HHN right now. A lot of people aren't happy with people who are live streaming. Oh my God, I don't know why I'm getting congested. I'm here talking, and all of a sudden I'm getting congested. All right, so accelerator. So a second train was supposed to come back in like May, June. The train never came. So I don't know what happened with the other train because only one train came. Remember they repainted it. I think it's like in May or June. And I want to say May. It was before it goes down live. It could have been April. And so we're supposed to have a second train coming. Second train never came. So it kind of makes me think that this whole budget cut and loss of money that Six Flags is having right now is they're cutting back. And if that train breaks, there's no other train right now. And that second train was supposed to be here. They're supposed to switch it out. So if that train breaks, I think Accelerator will probably go bye-bye. It's too expensive to keep. That's what that is. We're doing HN on Thursday and Friday. Gonna try to rope drop Disney. Oh, nice. Look at that. Right on. What up, Jesse? What's cracking, yo? I don't know why I'm feeling congested, guys. I apologize. Keep clearing my throat here. So I got a cool adventure there, sir. You have HHN Thursday, Friday. So if you're going to HHN 2 days, you hit everything. You hit all the mazes. Thanks for likes. I appreciate it. You hit everything. So that's actually really cool. But there's like a lot of complaints going on with HHN. As for Knott's, I don't think we're going to get that new coaster they're promising. I don't think Six Flags is getting their new coaster they promised next year. Nothing's been touched in that construction. The slow process of them fixing Montezuma's Revenge. It was supposed to open up in October. We're in September. You got 3 weeks to open up that puppy. And Montezuma's does not look like it's going to be complete unless they give us the old school Montezuma. That's what I'm guessing. Because right now, Montezuma is not going to open up in October. I was told October by mid Scare Farm is supposed to open up. It could open up in November, maybe December. But they're working slow. They don't even have the lift off the chute. They don't have the facade for Montezuma. They're working very, very slow. Now you put a ladder coaster that goes over the boardwalk. That's a possibility, but I don't think it's in their budget right now. I mean, they got rid of Candy Mine. The Candy Mine ride at Sky Farm. So they're doing cutbacks. No Candy Mine, no show in the theater. Everything's copy and repeat. The Boulay Brothers, there's still no show times for the Boulay Brothers. Like literally, they announced them to be there for meet and greet. There's no announcements, no show, no nothing. Just like, oh yeah, they might be coming. That's it. I'm doing Halloween Hootenanny on the 13th. Hopefully they go this year in the music. Usually music comes later in the season. Okay. Don't remind me, you stabbed me. Yeah, sorry. Like I said, I thought, I didn't think they were going to get rid of that. I never would have thought that the Candy Mine was not going to come back. But a friend of mine messaged me that the night they were putting stuff out, they had to put the stuff back in the warehouse. So I don't know what happened. I haven't seen anybody. So when I go back to Knott's, if I see one of the VPs, I'll ask them. I'll talk to them. But I haven't. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that Knott's is missing right now. They have misspelling stuff on their merch. There's no Snoopy Halloween merch. Have you seen the Snoopy merch over in Japan for the Halloween? That shit is awesome. There's so many cool fucking things out there that they have right now in Japan for their Snoopy Halloween stuff. We don't have any of that here. You know, if they had a Halloween Snoopy popcorn bucket, that shit would sell. I'm not lying. You know, people like they make fun of Snoopy. That stuff would sell. And there's nothing. There's no merch. Everybody has their stuff out. HHN has all their stuff out. Disney has tons of awesome freaking merch. Okay, For Halloween, Disney is like out there. They're up there with all the Halloween shit. I love it. And at Knott's, we have AI merch over in the Legacy store. That's what we get. We get AI merch. We have nothing else. Did you see the Ghost Rider merch? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. People out there misspelling shit, and it doesn't make any sense. We have people misspelling shit at Knott's, and Disney's kicking it and killing it with their merch. Universal HHN is killing it with their merch, their fanfare merch, and we have shit at Knott's Berry Farm where people are misspelling shit. That doesn't make any sense. Shit like that shouldn't be happening. Shit like that should not even be on the shelves at Knott's Berry Farm. I don't get it. Like, they have to like go back and revamp or do something, because I don't know. But all I know is that this weekend more Halloween places open up. I'm not going to touch HHN until the express lanes open up or early entry opens up, or if I do RIP, because there's no way. I've seen the crowds, and like I said, maybe they'll open up as the weeks go on because more stuff is being offered. But until then, I'm not going to touch it because there's no way. I'm not standing in line for 2 hours, 3 hours for a maze. There's no way. That's an excellent question. That's a very, very excellent question. Why? How did they get past quality control? I don't know. I really, really don't know. Because it makes no sense whatsoever on how you have misspelled shit like that, misspelled merch, and it doesn't make any sense. It does not. Like, Knott's, they need to catch up. Universal had the same thing. Disney says we're untouchable. We're the biggest theme park. And Universal said, oh, guess what? No, you're not. We have Epic. We have HHN. We have all this. They have fanfare. So Disney went from... There we go. Sorry about the freeze. Phone calls keep coming in, and my phone keeps freezing up. So I don't know why that is. You're gonna make a hat that says cost, right? But like I said, I don't understand. I know that the phone, my life froze. Someone called in, so I don't understand why Knott's is dropping the ball. Knott's needs to catch up. Like I said, Disney thought they're the big boys. Universal came, passed them up with fanfare and merch and everything else, and Epic Universe. So Disney went from here to here, and Knott's has not even moved up because they have too many broken rides. Boysenberry ride needs to shut down. They need to go and refurbish that shit. It has to be refurbished. They need a lot of updates. Whatever is going on with the merger with them and Six Flags, Six Flags is losing money a lot. The $100 million loss they had, it's definitely hitting Knott's. The portions of the foods went down, the entertainment for Knott's went down, and the merch went down. So they need to go back and they need to do something. They have Snoopy and IP that they need to utilize and promote more, but they are not. Everything was spelled fine until the merge. Yep. Exactly. But guys, I'm going to end it here. I want to do a 1 hour live stream talking about HHN, my thoughts. If everybody out there complaining about prices, false, misled advertisements for mazes, long lines, people are just being really, really stupid out there. People are touching actors. People are live streaming with their lights on in the mazes. People are being loud and obnoxious. It's just kind of like ridiculous. But thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. If you guys have any questions, leave them down below in the comments. And as always, make sure you guys do like. If you guys like any more of this information, coffee chat in the morning, subscribe. I'll probably be doing some more since I'll probably be here for a few more days. And then I'll be live streaming. So you guys are awesome. You guys are amazing. I love your face.